Hi, everyone. One of the things that you will see from time to time in our large group scripts is the need to create an audio cue that has a specific start or end time. This is important so that you can have your song start at the recognizable part of a song, not just at the beginning. And so we wanted to give you a couple of tips to show you how you could do that. The easiest way to isolate a song clip is if you own the song, if you purchased it, you can pull it up in iTunes. Now, there are a couple of ways to do this. You can go to the edit menu at the top, or you can hold control and click, and then you can find song info. So if you wanted to go through the edit menu at the top, you would do this the same way. Go to edit, down to song info. And now once you're in here, you can go to options, and you can see that there's a start and a stop time for this song. So I know that the chorus of this song starts at 37 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and set that start time, and let's see how that sounds. It sounds good, but if you notice, there was that little tiny bit of audio that went before the first word. Listen to this. So what you can do in iTunes is you can really fine tune the timing, which is super helpful. So I'm going back to song info, options, and I can add a decimal point here. So I'm going to go to 37.1 seconds and listen to how much better this sounds. So that's starting right where I want it. So that's how you can set your start time and end time for any track. Something else that's really helpful is that you can take this track and you can export it now, and it will export a new version starting at the time that you've specified. So let me show you. If you go to File at the top, Convert, create AAC version, it's going to create an extra, there it goes, version of this song. So if I go back up here under Recently Added, I can see right here, this is my new version of I Can Always Trust You, and listen to where it starts. So that's super helpful because then if I go back to my original track, I can set this back to start at the beginning so that when I listen to the song in the future, it doesn't start at 37.1. So I'll reset that so I can listen to the song the way I normally would. But if I go back up here to my recently added, this is the version that still starts at the chorus. Super helpful. Another tip is you can actually make separate playlists for each song. Because what happens is if you have a playlist like this, if you play through the song, it will automatically play the next one in the playlist. And if you're trying to do audio cues during large group, you don't want it to go on to the next one, of course. You want to isolate that cue. So an easy way to do that is I'm taking this track that I've just created, and I will go ahead and control click, add to playlist. I'm going to create a new playlist that's just the name of that song, I Can Always Trust. And that way, when I play this one, I know that it will start where I want it to. And when I finish, it's not going to go to anything else. There's the end of the song, and it stops. So what you can do is you can create a separate playlist here for each of the cues in your production. So that way you can play the cue and then move to the next playlist, and you don't have to worry about it playing the next one in sequence, if that makes sense. Of course, you don't have to use iTunes to play your audio cues. You could use ProPresenter or QuickTime or any other program to play them. But the important thing is that once you have got your clip isolated with the correct start and end time, you can then use it in any of those other programs. So for example, I'll take my audio cue that I've already created here in iTunes, and I will just go ahead and drag it over to ProPresenter like so, and now it will start at the chorus. So again, you can play your audio cues wherever you'd like with any program that you'd like, but it seems to be a really easy way to go ahead and start and create the cue within iTunes first, and then export it and use it wherever you'd like. I hope that helps you as you're creating your audio cues. Thanks.